Okay, so I'm going to do a slow flyover of Severna and try and explain, sort of give everyone an idea of what everything is. So right here, if I just click pause now, we can see you've got these windmills on the right here. These are there for the oil fields. The oil fields stretches from this coastline here, and it goes all the way up to those cliffs that you see there in the background. This is all under the ground here. There is a hell of a lot of oil. The oil pumps that I put in when I very first started the map, they're still using it. I've not had to expand at all. But I think now I'm approaching 60,000 population. I'm going to start using a lot more fuel. And I'm going to be using a lot more money as well, so I need to expand my ports, I think. So that's one thing. But yeah, so this is literally the first things that I built in this game. So when I start the game, build the windmills, so the oil will always be pumping out of the ground. So carry on then. So carrying on along here. So there, where the train has just passed, and now you can obviously see the District 1 oil plant. We've also got, so there's the, if I just quickly pause here, so you can see the sewerage system. So that was what the first, the primary one for most of the city. So this area that we're entering now, this is District 1. So this is, yeah, this is where it all started. This was where the first residents lived. And if you see the lights just in the background there, that's the prefab factory and the cement plant. So let's carry on along. So yeah, so it's all District 1, so it's primary is a residential area. And then over there in the corner, you can see in the middle of the screen there, this is where all the clothes and food for the Republic are made. At the moment I am importing grain. I don't have any farm. Severna, so it has no farms. And that's something that I will change. Well, now I'm approaching a higher population. I really do need to start feeding my own people. So carrying on, so you've got one of the main railway lines going through there. So that's dividing District 1 and District 2. So District 2 is coming in now, and this is where one of the main stations of Severna are, and also University Square. Those lights you can see flickering are some mods that I have, and I think they I don't know whether the distance, I don't know, but they flicker on and off. It's nothing to do with the actual power. It's more to do, I think, with like our position. I don't know, that they flicker. It annoys me, but I'll sort it out. So now we're coming on to Seven Side. This area is, you've got the electronics factories and some machine parts factories, the chemical factory and the plastic factory over there. And you've got the Church of St. Ivy, Severna, just there. So we're carrying on now up the river, going to, so this is all the bleeding edge of Severna's development is over here. So I've had to build a new sewage plant on this side of the island because it's just backing up too much to go all the way over to District 1. So this is the radio and television broadcast buildings. You can see there's the headquarters of the Severna Government Party, and that is separate obviously from Fire Pit, which is up there where the legislator is. So the courts and the people who make the laws and the people who implement the laws are separate. So there's always that layer in Severna of protection against tyrannical governments, but also the governments also within the constitution can do a lot of things without the approval of Fire Pit, but nothing that affects the rights of citizens. Continuing on here, you can see some of the volcanic landforms here. So there's a old spring right there, and then you've got these old these cones, which were the old volcano vents when the island of Severna was much more active. It is still volcanically active today, but it's very mild, and Severna does experience minor earthquakes, so the government is usually quite reluctant to build high buildings. So we just by chance were following this train as we went over. So now we are coming into Severn Shore, which is where the vehicles manufacture building is, and also there's another coal power plant, as you can see there. So we're approaching Fire Pit now. So this is a very nice part of the city. Sort of, as far as development wise, it's kind of in the middle. And here is Fire Pit coming in now. So these are the main courts and legislative buildings of Severna, and then over there's a sort of touristy area once we start accepting tourists. There's medical university there, as you can see, and this area is one of the densely populated parts. These buildings have around 1,000 people in each. They are very convenient, they look pretty, I like them, but they take a lot of demand. It's quite easy to underestimate how much water, sewage and electricity that many people in such a small area will need to do. Bear that in mind. Here's a part of the city that's more sort of the regular density of Severna. So each one of these buildings probably has 100 to 200 people in. There's the prison there. Sorry, it's just stuttered bit, so I think it's just saved. So we've got a prison there, another heating plant. I do want to make a video of all of the different actual individual pieces of infrastructure in the city. But yeah, don't have time for that. Today I am going to make that video, but yeah, that's all. And thank you very much for bearing with me. Thank you.